Good evening, everyone. So, first of all, thank you all for inviting me, KCD Sri Lanka. Thank you for inviting me to present here today. So, my topic is overcoming Kubernetes complexities with platform engineering. Right? Okay. Before I start with the presentation, let me introduce myself. I'm Achini Rathnayake. I'm a software engineer at Rathnayake. So I have been working there in Rathnayake for almost 3 years now. And I have been working with Kubernetes and learning Kubernetes for almost 2.5 years. And I'm a computer science graduate from University of Peradeniya. Okay. Before I move into the presentation, let me introduce our company, Rathnayake, because most of you never heard of it. So let me introduce it. So we are a Canadian-based company. So we are helping our customers to deploy and build their applications. So, and also we are partners with AWS, Azure, GCP, and Red Hat OpenShift. So, and also we are a proud member of Cloud Native CNCF. So, yeah. Okay, so let me tell you about our story. So what we are going to do here today is I'm going to explain why we looked into platform engineering, the challenges we faced when adapting to the Kubernetes, and also how we use platform engineering to solve and overcome all of these challenges. So, okay. Okay, let me start with the presentation then. Okay. So did you know that organizations that use Kubernetes as a container orchestration tool or day-to-day life in their companies, most of the developers, they spend 30% of their time is taken for Kubernetes-related tasks. So this 30% could be for learning, it could be for generating manifest, generating YAML files, so troubleshooting, many more things like configurations. There are so many things to do. So the developers' time is taken for all these rotated tasks. So yeah, so we came up with this with some industry research and also our own experience with our customers. So okay, let's move into what is platform engineering. So it's like an abstraction on top of Kubernetes. So you will get a UI or API as a platform engineering solution, and the developers will be able to use that platform to deploy their application into Kubernetes clusters. So, okay. So why we use this platform engineering is that in order to mitigate the time is taken for the developers, and also the main purpose of the developers is to actually do the coding, right? So in order to do the purpose of their the developers is to the coding, right? So in order to develop the business application. So that's why platform engineering comes into play, and it will help the developers to deploy and they can focus on the development task, and the platform engineering solution can take care of the deployment parts. So, okay. So I want to take you through the journey of myself and my teammates' Kubernetes experience. So most of our teammates are very new to Kubernetes when they joined Rathnayake, but over time we learn a lot of things about Kubernetes and tools regarding that. So almost everyone is very new to Kubernetes when they're joining. So, okay. Let me tell you the challenges we had and also the solutions we make in order to found a solution for these challenges. So the first and the obvious one is the high learning curve. So as you all know, you can see the diagram over there, right? So they have lot of tools and technologies in cloud CNCF sites. If you go to this site, you will see how many tools are there to learn. So the first of all, of course, you need to learn about Kubernetes, And also then you need to like understand the tools and technologies behind that, right? So myself is an intern when I was joining Randoli, so I had to learn these Kubernetes and all these tools from scratch. So it took like 1 year to like learn all these things and to be familiar with it. And of course, for the new developers coming in, they also need to do the same thing. They need to learn these things and like be used to it. And the second challenges we have is I'm a software engineer, right? So my responsibility is to like develop applications. So with this, all those learning and like everything, we didn't have like much time to like actually develop these things. So what we ended up doing is like, what are the things like, okay, so it took more time to learn, and also like we had to like do some routine work like generating manifest, configuration applications on Kubernetes. So most of these are like a routine work. So the service YAML will be a same YAML we are using for like different applications, right? So it's same thing we are doing over and over and over again. So, and also in order to deploy an application, you need to set up the infrastructure, you need to reset up the runtime, and CI/CD tools, monitoring tools, and security, right? So you need to like configure everything, and also, of course, you need to do the application development as well. So your team is responsible for all these things, and you need to have that expert knowledge in order to do all these things, right? So to do that, you need to like learn these things and like do it properly. Otherwise, you will end up creating bugs in your systems or security risks in your systems. Okay. So what we ended up doing is like something like this. So we address the high learning curve and manual manifest generation through a UI. So we came up with like a form. It's a UI form. You can like fill out we guide our developers to like fill out this form, and like they can put the configuration and everything, and they can like they can use this tool to generate their manifest, their YAML files using this UI applications. Behind the scenes, what we do is we actually like generating the YAML files that you generate manually before. So, okay. So after you like generating these YAML files, you can use like you can push it to a Git repo or like a Helm repository, and you can use like a Argo CD tool to deploy it in your cluster. Okay. So the third challenge we had is hard to scale the teams, application, and also like share the best practices. As I said earlier, like when it comes to a team, they need to set up the infrastructure, runtime, CI/CD, monitoring, security, and of course the application development. So if your organization have like 10 teams, 10 projects that you're doing, and you need to set the same thing up for all those projects, right? It's a repeated process. And also, you will need like expert knowledge of these areas for each team. So it's not very cost-effective way, right? So expertise knowledge has a cost, right? So it will like you can't run an organization like that. So what we did was like we came up with a templating catalog. So we promote our best practices, organization standards, and allow them to scale according to their needs. So for example, if you have like a Go service, 10 different Go services, what we did was we created one template for Go, and what we did was we used the same template to deploy those 10 different applications into Kubernetes clusters. So you can use a Kubernetes expert to set these up set the templates up, and like you can share these templates across your teams, different teams, and also you can guarantee that you will have the best practices there, and also like the company standards will be there since we are using a Kubernetes expert to set these templates up. So, okay. Then the next challenge we had was the fragmented feedback loop. So sometimes your app is crashing, configuration issues, scheduling issues, image pull issues, CPU, memory issues. There are so many issues. Sometimes your application even is not deploying into your cluster. So when it's come to new developers, so they don't know where to look at, like what to look at, what to do next, right? So what we did was we came up with something like this. It's a UI where we show all the logs, all the events in a single place. So if you run an application, if a developer run an application, they don't need to go to their seniors and call the seniors and say, okay, this is not running, this is not why it's not there in the UI. So no need to do that. You can go to the UI and see what's actually going on with the UI based approach. So okay, even though so these are raw events, right? So these are the raw logs, raw events. So it's the Kubernetes generated logs. And sometimes it's hard to understand. For the developers and for newcomers, it's really hard to understand if they don't know what it means. So what we ended up doing is we make it easy for developers to understand the runtime behavior by giving something like this. So we describe the event, each event, in another, an insight type of thing. So it says where this happened, what will be your remediation for this event. So you can do these steps in order to get a solution for each error. So that's what we did. Okay. So when we are working with a few different customers, we had to work with different clusters with different vendors, right? So we need to switch for each vendor and vendor. So it's a little bit hard for us to do. So what we came up with is we came up with a UI that has all these clusters information connected together. So that way you don't need to log into AWS, Azure, GCP. So you can go to the UI and see the information and the metrics of each clusters. So yeah. So to summarize what I have discussed is what we achieve through platform engineering is we mitigate the high learning curve, and it allows us to onboard faster. So, and also we can deploy application within few minutes. And of course, you can focus more on actual development, business application development work instead of doing all those routine work, YAML generation, configuration, like that. So, and also you can gain better understanding of deployment and runtime issues. So, yeah, so that's what we ended up achieving using through platform engineering. So yeah, that's all about it. So thank you all for joining. Have a good day, everyone, and hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.